Hi, everyone here, and in this video, we're going to start creating our very first Google Shopping campaign. All right, let's jump over to our Google Ads account, and I'll go through and show you how to start your first campaign. So to start with, just go up to campaigns on the left-hand side here and click on campaigns again, and you should see a screen similar to this. Now, I do understand, and Google's really weird about this, is some people have a different layout or different versions of Google around the world. So if it doesn't look like this, it'll be something similar, but just try and find the campaign creation area in Google. Now, you can just click on the plus here where it says create a campaign, and you can do it also here under here. If you want to click on that, you can click on create campaign there as well. It's easier if you're just under that campaign setting, just click on create a campaign and then click on new campaign. All right. If this comes up, it just means you probably skipped it at the start, which I did tell you to do. So it'll probably come up. Just skip it again. So we are through to the campaign objectives. Just click on sales here. What we want. Don't worry about any of the other ones. And the purchase goal conversion is fine. Just leave that one there. Don't worry about it if there's a warning here. It just means that you haven't had any conversions or any visitors on your website yet. And just click on continue. Okay. And this will come up with the next part if you just scroll down a little bit. So what you need to do there is select on a campaign type. Now we went through these in the previous video. We want to start off with a shopping campaign. So we're going to click on shopping. Okay. And then we need to select the Merchant Center account feed that we are using. All right. So I'm just going to select that one. Okay. So I've selected the Zafty feed, which we've set up. If this message comes up, it just means that you are a little bit too quick, like I am, and you've only just connected your feed to Google Shopping. So just be patient. It doesn't matter too much. You can either wait for this to disappear, and it can take up to 48 hours for it to go through, but it'll be okay to continue anyway. Now, in the next part, we want to click on standard shopping campaign. Google are very pushy in regards to going to Performance Max, and we will talk about Performance Max a bit later on. But for now, we're just going to start off with the standard shopping campaign. All right, we'll click on continue. All right, and you'll get through to the screen. Now, for the campaign name, just call it something useful. I'm just going to call it shopping all campaign or something. Oh, you don't need the word campaign. I just kind of call it shopping all. And additional settings, you don't need to worry about any of those. So that's okay. Just minimize that. The next part is our bidding strategy. Now, to start with, have two options, manual CPC or maximize clicks. I would recommend starting with maximize clicks. All right. Now, the reason why I recommend starting with maximize clicks over manual CPC is that our account is brand new and we have no conversion data at all. Right. So maximize clicks is going to build data faster. And the goal of this campaign is to gather data. We want to get as much data as possible quickly and effectively. All right. And that's what maximize clicks allows us to do. So what Google will do, it will go out there and find the maximum amount of clicks it can within our budget and push them through to our ads there. The issue with manual CPC is it just requires a little bit of guesswork. So it's a little bit slower to get going because you have to put in how much you want to bid for the ad. And to start with, you've got really no idea because you don't have any historical data. You can guess, but it just may take a little while for that to take off and get going. So maximize clicks just takes the guesswork out of doing that and saves the worry as well. Now, the ultimate goal is to ultimately move over to a target ROAS strategy. All right. But to do that, we need to build data and we need to get clicks going through. So we need some volume to make that happen. We are going to start with maximize clicks and look at the results fairly closely and use that data to optimize moving forward from there. You typically need around about 30 conversions before you go over to a target ROAS or a maximize conversions bidding strategy. Okay. Now I would just leave this blank as well. Just let Google decide that and we'll continue on. Now for your budget, you can put whatever you want in here. You can put $5, you can put $30, you can put $50. Depends on how much data you want to get and how fast you want to get it. Probably a safe place to start would be around the $30 mark per day. And if you want to be a little bit more conservative, then you can go for $10. It's totally up to you how fast or slow you want to get that data coming through. Okay, we want to bid equally for new and existing customers, so leave that default. Campaign priority, leave that default. You don't need to change that. We only have one shopping campaign, so we can just leave that as it is. The next part here is the search network. So you can either turn this on or off. I would probably just recommend leaving it on and just seeing what the data looks like when you start getting it through. So essentially what this is Google has a whole bunch of search partners that it will put your ad on various different websites outside of Google's own website. If you're not getting very good results with it, you can just turn it back off again. Okay, devices, just leave that blank there. Now, locations, this is very important. So we want to get this one right. It's going to default into the country that you are currently residing in and that your account set up in. Now, I don't want to obviously send traffic to Australia. I need to enter a different location. I'm going to put in the United States and I'm going to include the United States. Now, when I go to the United States, I'm also going to exclude Alaska. So you just type in Alaska and then just click on exclude. And I want to exclude Hawaii also. So I'm going to exclude that. Just because sending packages to those two states are a little bit unfeasible sometimes. So for me, I'm targeting the United States, include the United States and just exclude those two states. So if you're in a similar situation in any other countries, then do that. Obviously, if you're in Canada, target Canada. If you're in Australia, target Australia, etc. So now the other key part here is the locations options. Make sure you click on that because by default, it's set to presence or interest. We want to change it to presence. So what that means is we only want to send advertisements to people that are in the included location. So in my case, I only want to send advertisements to people inside the United States. Okay. I don't want to send it to people who are interested in going to the United States, right? Because that could really include a lot of other people. So we want to make sure that you drop that down and click on presence, not presence or interest. Okay, it's just scrolling down a little bit. Start and end dates, you can use this and set it to whenever you want. You can change the date to any time in the future or anything you like there. Just leave it as no end date. And your ad group. Okay, so this is where you want to start categorizing your ad groups into categories, right? So if you have multiple categories in your store, then just pick the first one. That might be, say, pet products, for example, then just call it pets. Right, and then you can put all your pet products under that category. Now, to start with, I've just put everything in the main category. So I'm just going to call this, all products. It's really just a way to organizing your campaigns. All right. So once we've done that, we're just going to click on create campaign. All right. And you'll end up going through to this screen, which is perfect. So it means it's been successful. I'll just show you a little bit on how this works. So you've got your campaign here. This is your shopping campaign. If you click into your shopping campaign, you'll see your various ad groups in here. This is the one that we've just created by default, where it will have all of my products in there. If you want to add further ad groups, then you can do by just clicking on here. And I'll go through and show you that in a future video on how you can create ad groups and include and exclude different products within that ad group. All right. So for now, just get your campaign up and going like we've got here and let it start running. And we will go through doing some optimizations in future videos. Okay, that's it for this video. See you on the next one.